For most of our lives, we've thought of plastic as, well, cheap, disposable, temporary. It's something we make, use, and then just throw away. But what if that whole idea is about to be history? What if we're standing right on the edge of a revolution, one that's going to turn what we call waste into the very building blocks of an intelligent future? This isn't some far-off sci-fi dream. It's a real, fundamental shift in materials science, and believe me, it's happening right now.
So just think about that for a second. Imagine a material that isn't just a passive object, but an active participant in our world. A material that has function literally woven into its molecular structure. We're talking about a massive leap, moving away from just stamping out identical pieces of plastic and toward this idea of precision molecular engineering, designing materials from the atom up to do just incredible things. And this slide really lays out the new paradigm perfectly. On the left, yeah, that's the world we know. Mass production, guzzling fossil fuels, and a one-way ticket from the factory to the landfill. But on the right, that's where we're headed. We're talking about materials built molecule by molecule, using totally new carbon sources, like CO2 pulled right from the ocean, and designed for a perfectly circular life cycle. And the best part? They're embedded with intelligent adaptive functions from the very beginning.
So the big question is, how do we actually get there? Well, it all starts at the very beginning, with how we make these materials. We're really moving beyond just creating simple polymer chains. Now, we're designing these incredibly intricate molecular blueprints for materials that can practically, well, think for themselves.
You see, this isn't just about making plastic a little stronger or a little lighter anymore. No. This is about programming capabilities directly into the material's DNA. Think about materials that can self-assemble into complex structures all on their own, or ones that can respond specifically to a tiny change in their environment, like a shift in temperature or the presence of a certain chemical.
And a huge piece of this puzzle is where we get our carbon from. Instead of drilling for oil, a massive breakthrough from 2025 lets us pull dissolved CO2 directly out of seawater. It's this integrated reactor that uses a brilliant combo of electrochemistry and microbial fermentation to turn that captured CO2 into something called succinic acid. Now, that's a core building block for biodegradable plastics. It is a genuine game changer for creating a truly circular carbon economy. And the level of precision we can now achieve, it's just mind-blowing. See, for years, water filters had this one big problem. If you make the holes big enough for water to flow through fast, you also let all the nasty stuff through. But this new polymerization technique, it solves that. It's like creating a perfectly designed coffee filter, but on a microscopic level. It makes a film with pores that are just the right size to let water molecules pour through while stopping everything else cold. This is completely revolutionizing how we treat super salty wastewater. Okay, so we've got these incredible new ways to build materials. But honestly, what's even more revolutionary is what these materials can do after they're made. We are entering an era where materials have a dynamic life cycle, and it's going to break that old make, use, dispose model forever. This quote from researcher M. Naragi just captures the potential perfectly. He's talking about a new class of polymers that can literally heal themselves. And we're not just talking about fixing a tiny scratch on your phone. We're talking about materials that can recover from major structural damage, completely changing how we think about durability and, more importantly, safety. So what's the magic behind this? Well, it's a class of materials called vitrimers, and you can kind of think of them as the best of both worlds. They've got the strength and stability of a really tough, rigid plastic, but they also have the ability to be reshaped and recycled like a softer, more malleable one. The secret is these dynamic chemical bonds that can break and reform when you add a little heat, allowing the material to literally mend itself. Now, one of the star players here is a material called ATSP. When this stuff gets damaged, say a crack forms, you just heat it to around 160 degrees Celsius, the molecular bonds reshuffle, the crack literally disappears, and the material's structural integrity is good as new. It's incredible. And this ability to remake and remodel bonds isn't just for healing. It's also the key to solving our biggest plastic waste headache, polyethylene. That stuff is super inert, which makes it a nightmare to recycle chemically. But this new LEGO strategy just tackles it head-on. First, it breaks down those long, stubborn chains into smaller, reactive bricks. Then it reassembles those bricks with new, functional pieces to create a completely new and better material. And here's the kicker. This isn't just recycling, it's upcycling. The new material isn't some degraded, weaker version of the old plastic. It's a high-performance polymer that is actually stronger and more versatile than the virgin stuff it came from, with awesome new properties like fire retardancy or UV protection built right in, all from old plastic waste.
Now, of course, for any of this to work at scale, it has to make economic sense, right? And that brings us to this number, 74%. Any guesses what that represents?
It represents a whopping 74% drop in the cost of recycling PET plastic, the stuff in drink bottles. It turns out that by making a simple chemical switch in the enzymatic breakdown process, using ammonium hydroxide instead of soda, researchers created recycled PET that is actually cheaper to make than brand new fossil fuel-based PET. That completely flips the entire economic equation of recycling on its head.
This new material intelligence is also what's powering the next big step in manufacturing, 4D printing. We all know 3D printing, while the fourth dimension is time. These shape memory polymers can be programmed to change their form in response to some kind of stimulus. A little bit of heat can make a flat sheet fold itself into a complex satellite part. Light can change the opacity of a smart window, and magnetism can drive the fluid, lifelike movements of soft robots. It's amazing stuff.
So you might be wondering, how are scientists discovering and perfecting all of these incredible new materials so fast? A huge part of the answer lies with a powerful new lab partner, artificial intelligence.
AI is no longer just a data analysis tool. It's become a creative design engine. It can predict exactly how a brand new polymer is going to behave before a single molecule is even made in the lab. It can optimize manufacturing processes on the fly. And in recycling, it runs these digital twin simulations to figure out the perfect recipe for dissolving complex, multi-layered packaging in real time. It's just accelerating the pace of innovation like nothing we've ever seen before.
So, when you put all of these pieces together, the new molecular blueprints, these dynamic life cycles, and this AI-driven design, a really clear picture of the future starts to emerge. And it's a future that's literally built from intelligent matter.
We are absolutely witnessing a fundamental transition. Plastic is no longer just a passive container. It's becoming an active, functional part of our world. A material that is designed from the molecule up to be perfectly circular, endlessly adaptable, and profoundly intelligent.
And all of this leads to a final, pretty profound question. For the first time in human history, the very stuff our world is made of is gaining the ability to respond, to repair itself, and to reconfigure itself. So as the materials get smarter, it kind of forces us to ask, are we ready to live in a world that can literally build and heal itself all around us?